Chapter 2, Section 3, Congress, Committees. Congressional Committee System. The committee system was created to manage the volume and complexity of legislative work that would otherwise overwhelm Congress. Each House has about 20 standing committees that each specialize in a specific policy area. When a bill is introduced in the House or Senate, it is referred to the appropriate standing committee for review. The standing committee may hold hearings or otherwise gather information relevant to the bill. Often, this work is delegated to an even more specialized subcommittee. Once the information gathering stage has been completed, the bill enters the markup phase, where committee members debate the merits of the bill and approve or reject any amendments that have been offered. Ultimately, the committee votes on whether to report or table the bill. If the bill is reported, the committee recommends it for a vote by the full chamber. If the bill is tabled, no further action is taken, and the bill is stalled indefinitely. Most bills introduced in Congress ultimately die in committee after being tabled. Because they determine which bills come to the full chamber for a vote, standing committees wield a considerable amount of power in the legislative process. As a result, assigning members to standing committees is an inherently partisan process. Each committee consists of a mixture of majority and minority members, in a ratio that typically approximates that of the chamber as a whole, and each party nominates its own members for service on each committee, subject to approval by the full chamber. The majority party selects a chairperson for each committee to control the committee's agenda, while the ranking member of the minority party on each committee serves as the opposition leader. Given that every chairperson is a member of the majority party, however, it is difficult for legislation that conflicts with the majority party's platform to survive the committee process without being tabled. Individual members may compete for committee assignments based on the demographics of their constituencies, or on other factors, such as the prestige or visibility of the appointment. For example, a senator who represents a state with a large military base might want to serve on the Armed Services Committee, while a House member with lofty political ambitions might seek appointment to a high-profile committee like Rules or Appropriations. Because most members of Congress have some degree of preference regarding their committee assignments, parties often utilize the appointment process as a tool for party discipline, by rewarding loyal members with coveted assignments. Standing committees are permanent committees assigned a particular policy focus, such as armed forces, budget, or foreign relations, and their primary task is to review proposed legislation within their legislative jurisdiction. Other committees in the House and Senate serve additional functions. Select committees, sometimes known as special committees, are created for a specific purpose, usually to investigate an allegation of wrongdoing within the executive branch, or to consider proposed legislation that does not clearly fall within the jurisdiction of an existing standing committee. Select committees can be dissolved after fulfilling their purpose, but the current select and special committees in the House and Senate are treated as permanent committees. Joint committees are permanent committees that consist of members of both the House and the Senate. Their purpose can be to manage administrative tasks that affect both houses, as does the Joint Committee on Printing, or to investigate and report on important policy matters, as does the Joint Economic Committee. Conference committees are temporary joint committees created to reconcile the House and Senate versions of the same bill. Once the reconciliation process has been completed, a conference committee is dissolved.